So I'm a proud Ngarrindjeri woman from country South Australia, Murray Bridge. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've really sort of embraced my heritage and where I've come from and my family. When I was younger, I guess it was a bit of confusing growing up, going through school, being a minority, I guess, and embracing and those challenges that come with that. And when you're young, stuff it's hard. Going through school, going through sport in a different time to what it is now was probably a little bit harder. I think that it's certainly gotten better since I was at school, but I think there's still a really long way to go. When I was at school and watching professional sports and things like that, particularly women's sports, Rahani Cox is the only name that I can think of that springs to mind as somebody that I seen that was of Aboriginal heritage. I want to be that for the younger generation that's coming through, that they can look up and see that what I've achieved and that they can follow in those footsteps as well. It's probably better, but marginally. Like Rahani would have been one. Now, how many Indigenous girls would be in the WNBL? Maybe 6-ish. Yeah, so it's better, but it can definitely continue to grow. I think that I'm lucky. My dad is Ngarrindjeri, so his parents as well. So I've learned about it through my dad, who works in an Aboriginal space as well, a space that he's really passionate about, and then his parents as well. So it was just learning from my family and things like that growing up.
As a dad, and then as a Ngarrindjeri man, it's my cultural obligation that my children have an understanding of who they are, how they're connected to Ngarrindjeri. Language plays a big, important part of that, as well as a cultural identity. So to pass on language and to pass on cultural stories of Ngarrindjeri. It's a big part of me now, something that I've certainly grown into over time. I work in an Indigenous space as well, so yeah, it's an area that I'm super passionate about and want to give back to my community and be that role model. So that's sort of my why, I guess. I'm the First Nations project manager for a company called Generation Australia. We offer education to employment pathways for minority groups. So I oversee what that looks like for a First Nations learner that comes through one of our courses, and then help them find employment at the end of it. And I think that's the first step in being able to provide opportunities for individuals to make differences in their family, in their community. If they're working and earning money, there's so many doors that they can open up for those people around them as well. So being able to help provide those opportunities is really special to me. The Commonwealth Games was sort of the biggest stage that I'd played on in my career to that day.
Alex Wilson has made an absolutely huge statement on the competition so far.
Amazing experience. Going there, I think I was one of 9 maybe Indigenous athletes that were there through the whole Commonwealth Games. So yeah, that was really special. I took the Aboriginal flag with me, I took Ngarrindjeri flag with me as well, and I ran out onto the court with it. So being able to do that on an international stage was something that was really special.
She reached out to me obviously before she went because she wanted to take the flag. Yeah, so that was not only just for me, but I think for our nation. When they saw... Sorry, a bit emotional here. It meant more to our nation of Ngarrindjeris to see that. It was overwhelming, really. To see it on the world stage, I guess, the Ngarrindjeri flag, and just our whole nation just... We're so proud, which, we've always been. But when you got that coming back from your own nation that you grew up in, so for them to see their flag and on the world stage, and Alex speak so proudly about what it meant to be Ngarrindjeri, it was, special.
I think the legacy that I want to leave is that, I am an inspiration, particularly to, young Indigenous kids that they can look up to and see where I've come from, you know, small country town. I'm Aboriginal, and, you know, I've played at the Olympics in the WNBA and, you know, achieved all of these things, and that if I can do it, then they can do it too. So that's really something that I guess has felt like it's my purpose. My dad still is one of my mentors. I go to him for everything, basketball related, non-basketball related. He's played basketball as well, so I grew up wanting to be like him. And then, yeah, he coached me throughout my juniors, so I felt like I just lent on him a lot and listened to a lot of his advice. He works in a similar space that I do, and I think that that's something that I've admired my dad for as well. Not just basketball side of things, but the work that he does in Indigenous communities as well. And I grew up seeing the difference he's made in the lives of Aboriginal people and wanting to replicate that as well in my own professional career. So yeah, definitely my dad. It's hard. Going through school, going through sport, as part of a minority group is hard. But as you get older, and I feel like I know who I am now, where I've come from, my family, everything like that I embrace it fully, and that I want to be a role model for, you know, young Aboriginal boys and girls to look up to, that they can see on the international stage that, you know, that I'm somebody that I know who I am. I'm Aboriginal, and I'm proud of that as well.